Well, good morning and happy Monday, table family. It's Yolanda. It's Monday. That means it's time for another episode of Everybody at the Table. Thankful to be here with you another week. It's always good to be on the mic, speaking, talking, thinking through the curiosities of creating opportunities, thinking about making space for all to have access. I'm sitting here on Oscar Sunday with the Oscars playing in the background because I don't know if you've seen the movie Sinners, but it's a fantastic movie by Ryan Coogler starring Michael B. Jordan. And Michael B. Jordan is up for Oscar, and I really enjoy his art, so I'm hoping that he wins. That being said, that's not the topic of the podcast this week. I want to talk about an experience that I had this past Friday. I attended a networking lunch for the Georgia AI Alliance. I found out about this organization through my job, and because of the work I do, one of the responsibilities I have is thinking about how artificial intelligence will work alongside human resources. I know a lot of people think that AI will take jobs from people, and in some ways it will, but it also will create new jobs, but it will not make humans obsolete. And that's one of my tasks or my area of responsibility at work is how do I use AI to support the people, support the tasks, and how do they work together? What is the right application of the technology inside my organization? And what tools should I actually use to make the work better and make our people better? We all recognize that there are both opportunities and concerns with artificial intelligence. For me personally, there are environmental questions around data centers and the use of natural resources that are taking away from families. There's the concerns about people losing their jobs. I also have concerns around the ethical issues of AI mimicking art and books and music and creative work that originally came from humans. We even saw that recently on social media, the AI generated dream images that people were creating and sharing. So that's the opposite side of the use of AI, where people were able to think about their future. There was a trend where folks were uploading prompts into ChatGPT and getting these AI collages of themselves and posting them everywhere. It was fascinating to watch people embrace AI and how it could help them picture their dreams and have a real image of what their dreams look like in totality. Personally, I believe there's a bubble to some of what we're thinking. I don't believe AI will replace people entirely. I do believe people will always be needed, but there is an intersection where AI will become a tool that helps us do work more efficiently and our lives more efficiently. With all of this in mind, I attended this Georgia AI Alliance luncheon to learn more about what leaders in this space are thinking, especially here in Atlanta. Honestly, I walked into the room fully expecting to be the only Black woman there, and I was not wrong. Of about 30 people in the room, I was one of two women and the only Black woman. And there were probably about three other Black people totally in the room. So you're talking what, 1%, 2%, maybe less than 5% representation. I wasn't surprised because when we look at the faces of technology and we look at the faces of the artificial intelligence movement, we see largely men, we see largely white men, and in the tech world, Asian and Indian men as well. So the representation looked exactly what I expected. I was not mad. I'm not coming for anybody with this statement. I just want to set the picture. Because here's what was interesting. While the representation was discouraging on one level, it was also incredibly encouraging on another, because these are the rooms where the future is being discussed. These are the rooms where investment is happening, where innovation is happening, where jobs and new opportunities are being created. And we are not represented there the way we should be. By we, I mean Black people and Black women, but it's opportunity. Now remember, during the major layoffs last year, more than 400,000 Black women lost their jobs. That statistic should tell us something about why it matters for us to be present in spaces where the future of work is being shaped. So I walked into that room the way I always do, confident, not because I know everything. I'm actually a novice in the AI space. Technology isn't my academic background, and I engage with it because I like it and because of my work, and I'm still learning. But I am confident in who I am, and I am confident in the value I bring, and I'm confident in the Spirit of God, which walks with me. So when I walked in the room, I expected to learn something, right? You don't go to these things, especially when you're not the expert, to not learn. So I sat in the room listening to this panel of men talk about AI, developers, founders, people building companies around artificial intelligence. These are the people leading the conversation. And as they spoke, something clicked for me. These people didn't know much more than I did. Not at all. Now, I did learn some things. So I'm not going to pretend I didn't. But what I realized was that the gap between what I know and what they know is not nearly as large as we sometimes imagine. Now, technically, they obviously know more. But the application of, the actually making it work, they didn't know much more. They know what the tool does, but they didn't know how to make it work with humans and how to make it work with business processes and how to make it work with policies and risks and things like that. In fact, in some of the areas, I'm already doing what they were describing, and that was pretty affirming. It reminded me that I belong in this space, that I'm capable of contributing in that space, and that at some point, I could easily be the person on the stage helping others understand how to apply AI in their organizations. So here's my encouragement. Whatever space you're interested in, AI, finance, coaching, healthcare, entrepreneurship, do not be intimidated and do not intimidate yourself out of the room. You have a brain, you can learn. No one has mastered artificial intelligence yet. The space is wide open. There's room for invention. There's room for leadership, for people to step in and help shape how this technology will be used in the workplace, in government, in healthcare, in business, and across every industry. There are 8 billion people in the world. It's a stat that I heard yesterday. And of the 8 billion people, 1.3 billion use AI in some form. So what is that? 20%? And then of the 1.3 billion, something like 23 million use it every day. And of the 23 million, there's only about 3.2 million who are experts out of 8 billion people. It is a space wide open for opportunity, for learning, for you to own and thrive. And the only thing you need is to be curious, to be open. And listen, I'm not young at this. I'm not a young chicken anymore. Technology is not something that came naturally to me in my generation, but curiosity does, being open does, being willing to learn does, and those qualities will take you a long way. I left the luncheon encouraged. I met some great connections. I look forward to continuing learning and growing my skills in the area. And if you're interested in learning more about the Georgia AI Alliance, reach out to me. Leave a comment and I'll share the information. Hope this helped you. Just remain curious, remain open. Do not box yourself in. Do it afraid. Show up with a smile. Be willing to learn and know you already bring something with you. Until next time, take care, dine well, share in the comments, and we'll see you soon.